Hello everyone, welcome back. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the AR-10 today. And is this the right gun for you, right? Because I've been doing a lot of videos on the AR-10, primarily because this is a new platform for me. I've been shooting AR-15s for many years. I've been shooting AR-9s for many years, and I just got into the AR-10. And because it's new and exciting for me, I'm going to be doing lots of videos, but I don't want you guys to just like look at my videos and be like, oh shit, I got to have that gun too. He's having so much fun. Obviously, this is the thing that's missing from my life. So I want to kind of give you guys my opinion to help you guys figure out if the AR-10 is for you or not for you. Okay. So first of all, the gun's expensive. The gun itself is actually not expensive because I got this from Palmetto, right? And I bought the lower separate from the upper. So the lower was $200, the upper was $500. So the gun itself is $700 versus when I buy a standard AR-15, that usually comes in at $500. So the gun itself is only $200 more from Palmetto. Again, I got it on the Black Friday weekend, a week rather. And I'm sure between now and Christmas, and there'll be some other holiday that comes up. At some point, this will be available for $700. Okay? But it's not just the gun, because what happens is, for example, the magazines are more expensive. So this clear Lancer that I got over here that I'm testing out is $35, and that's the best price I could find. The standard for this is $45 to $50. Okay. Now the P mags, I've been able to get those cheaper. On the cheap side, those are coming in at like somewhere between around $18, $19. But still, $18, $19 versus the $10 that you can normally get good magazine at, right? Because the clear Lancers, you can actually get those right now at Botox for $11. The P mags, you can get them, the AR-15 P mags, you can get for like $9. So right away with the magazines alone, we're talking about more money, and I think you want to have at least 10 magazines, because magazines do go bad. They can get broken, they can get lost, whatever. So the magazines for the AR-10 are more expensive. The optic that you're likely going to put on it is not going to be a red dot. Okay, this is on here temporarily while I'm testing it out. I'm waiting for the scope to come in, but rather than putting a $300 optic on here, you're going to probably put at least a $700 scope. I got a 5 to 25, and that's like, in the medium price range. Okay, they can get even more expensive than that. So your scope is going to probably be more expensive. The charging handle is going to be more expensive. Most of my ARs have ambidextrous charging handles that I got for like $25. These ones are coming in like $75. Okay, so your charging handle is more expensive, and of course your ammunition is more expensive. Okay. So, realistically, okay, again, you got to look at the total cost here. This is what I think you should consider, okay? How many AR-15s do you have, okay? Before you consider buying an AR-10, you should have at least 5 AR-15s. 2 16-inch ones, right? One with a red dot, another one with an LPVO, then maybe having a 10.5-inch barrel, a 7.5-inch barrel, right? One. And then maybe another one with a binary trigger on it, okay? And then, so that's on the AR-15 side. Then you should also have at least 1, maybe 2 AR-9s, okay? So 9mm ARs, extremely practical. The 9mm ammo is half the price of 5.56 right now. And also, aside from the fact that the ammunition is cheaper, 9mm is very practical for training because I can shoot these steel targets at 10 yards with 9mm. I can't do that with 5.56. Okay, so the 9mm AR is a very practical training tool. Okay, you want to have at least 2 Glocks. Okay, let's say a Glock 17, a Glock 19, a Glock 43, a few other pistols as well. Right? Not but I say Glocks and AR-15s. Those are your SHTF guns, right? The reason why you got to have Glocks and AR-15s is because the patents have expired. They're very standardized. So the 3 criteria for an SHTF gun: It's got to be reliable. That means police and military tested. Okay. There's no mil spec for AR-10s, right? Every time you buy an AR-10 from a different company, they're different, right? Different parts go into them. So Glocks, AR-15s, the police and military tested, right? They're standardized. You have access to aftermarket parts, right? And also you have access to the knowledge of how to fix it, right? So you got to be able to fix the guns by yourself when they break, or at least be able to find other people that have parts and knowledge to fix the guns. Okay, so that's not going to apply to AR-10s, even though fixing the gun isn't an issue. Getting parts for this is issue, because a lot of the parts are not going to be interchangeable. The bolt sizes, right? The bolt inside it is going to be different. Lengths, firing pin might be different. So just some things to consider. So for that reason, I say you got to have a whole bunch of other guns before I think that you're at the level of getting an AR-10, okay? And that's, now aside from that, ammunition, right? For those other guns, I think you got to have at least 10,000 rounds of ammunition stockpiled, at least, okay? You got to be at the point where, hey, like I just bought this AR-10, okay? I got 1,000 rounds coming in, right? That's just like to start, okay? So don't buy a gun unless like you're prepared to buy 1,000 rounds for that gun immediately, okay? If you can't, that's fine. You're just, you know, that's just not where you are financially. It's not a bad thing. It's just not where you are. Rather than buy an AR-10, buy more ammunition for your AR-15 and for your Glock. Okay, I think that makes a lot more sense. You know, so again, I'm trying to. I don't want people to watch my videos of me having fun with this new AR-10, which I'm very excited about because this is something that's new to me, and be like, ooh, I gotta get one. So I don't want that to happen, and that's why I'm kind of doing this like reality check video. Make sure that you're financially at the level where you can really afford to get an AR-10 and buy all the stuff that's got to go on it, or in it, and also you know stockpile some ammunition, and also can you shoot it, right? Can you get to the gun range and actually shoot it? Because over the years I've run into lots of people where it's like they bought this gun, right, and then and then next month they tell me that they bought another gun. Well, how many times you shoot the gun that you just bought? They didn't have time to get to the gun range, right? They haven't even shot it, and they're talking about getting another gun. So in my opinion, it's like if you're gonna buy an AR-10, you gotta be basically going to the gun range like at least once a month, twice a month, at minimal, okay? And if you're not, you probably should be going there to shoot those other guns that you already have, okay? So that's it. So aside from the money part, aside from the ammunition part, right? The more important part is actually shooting the gun, okay? The purpose of these guns is not to sit in the safe. The purpose of these guns is to shoot bullets out the muzzle, okay? So you gotta shoot the guns. Do you go to training classes? Do you go to, there's lots of, here's the thing, all the guys that you see on YouTube that do these gun reviews, they're almost all of them, if not all of them, almost all of them are gun instructors, right? I am a full-time gun instructor, and I'm not trying to say come to me for training, but wherever you are, you don't want to just be going to a two-dimensional range, because quite honestly, standing behind a bench shooting in one direction, that gets really boring. You want to be able to do like realistic type of training. So do you go to those classes? Do you meet up with people to do realistic type of training? If that's something that you do, right? Because that's my idea of a vacation, right? Even though I'm a gun instructor, my idea of having fun is finding another gun instructor and say, hey, let me see what you do. I'm your student. Run me through your course, okay? That's my idea of a good time, okay? So, so I don't think about, when I think of vacation, the time off, right? My idea of vacation is leaving this gun range to go to another gun range to train with somebody else, okay? So that's my idea. So that's, I basically, I'm guns 24/7, and that's what I think about. So, are you at that level, right? If you are at that level, then sure, AR-10 makes a lot of sense. If you're not, you know, just think about it a little bit more before you actually buy the gun. Now, the exception to this is, yeah, if you live in the desert, or if you live on the farm, let's say where you got lots of property, right, where you can shoot 1,000 yards on your property, you know, then yeah, then maybe you don't need AR-9s. Maybe you don't need some short barrel AR-15s. Yeah, so that absolutely, there's an exception there for that. But does that apply to you? Okay, so a couple of things for you guys to think about before you jump on the AR-10 bandwagon. You're gonna see a lot of excitement from me as I do these AR-10 videos, because this is a new platform for me. But don't get like sucked into my excitement. You know, decide if is that where you are in your life. Okay, is this the right thing for you based on some of the things I just threw out there? And maybe there's a few other things that should also be considered. And by all means, drop those in the comment section. Now, I'm going to put a link below in the comments to a playlist that I've started for this AR-10, so you guys can go and browse through that and you can check it out and see different AR-10 videos. So thanks for watching. Drop some comments. I'll talk to you all soon. So real quick, I just want to add one thing. A lot of times when I meet up with people at the gun range and they have this gun or that gun, and they tell me that they're about to buy a new gun, rather than go through all this stuff that I just said, what I simply ask them is, all right, you're getting a new gun, are you prepared to buy 2,000 rounds of ammunition for that gun? Okay, and it doesn't matter if you've already got, let's say you have one, let's say 9mm pistol, and you're buying another 9mm pistol. Forget about, are you prepared to buy another 2,000 rounds of ammunition for this gun that you're buying on top of whatever you already have? If the answer is no, okay, that means that you're not serious about really shooting this gun. Because the idea is that if I have 10 guns, right, okay, and I want to shoot those, I don't want to shoot those guns less, okay. The reason why I'm buying another gun is so that I can shoot more, okay. So if, let's say I shoot whatever, just saying it, let's say I shoot 10 hours a week, right, which, you know, for me is normal. Let's say, well, probably shoot a lot more than that, but let's say I shoot 10 hours a week. If I buy another gun, right, let's say like this, well, my goal is to increase my shooting to now, let's say 11 hours a week or 12 hours a week, okay? So I don't, when I buy another gun, it is not to cut back on the shooting that I do with my older guns. It is for me to do additional shooting, okay? So think about that. I'll talk to you all soon.